Welcome to the Isabelle Sparkle channel.
Hi guys, welcome. Over the last few months, Isabelle and I have received quite a lot of attention on Instagram, and that's sort of bled over a little bit onto Isabelle's YouTube channel, and we thought that it's about time that we met the girl behind the videos and take this as an opportunity to answer a lot of the questions that we get asked a lot all of the time. We get asked the same questions over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Not just questions for Isabelle, but questions for me as a parent, as someone who has to encourage Isabelle to go running and do all of that good supporting stuff, as well as make all the videos and put them out there. We thought we would take a second away from the running, despite wearing running t-shirts, which wasn't an accident, and answer some of those questions in an unscripted way. Now, we've made a note of some of the more frequently asked questions, so if you see us with a little piece of paper, that is simply those. We've gone through the Instagram comments and we've wrote a few of the more common reoccurring questions down so that we can answer them all in one go to you now like this. In a moment, I'm going to sit across from Isabelle. I'm going to ask her a bunch of questions. I'm going to take it in turns. She's then going to ask me a bunch of questions, and hopefully by the end you'll have a good impression as to what we are all about and what Isabelle thinks about her running and her newfound fame and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, so without any further ado, we will just get on with it.
Nice. Nice.
Right, okay, so we're going to do this in an interview style. I've got one camera, Isabelle has the other. Right, shall we start with a question from Daddy?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, so what other hobbies do you have?
I have swimming, because I do like loads of different strokes and I'm actually really good at them. And I'm not doing football, but I like football.
Yeah. What level at swimming are you at the moment?
8.
Level 8. Yeah, so there's not too many more levels, is there, before you run out of levels?
It goes up to 10, and then I have to go into clubs.
Yeah, so potentially swimming is something else we could pursue on the fitness front, and with running and swimming under her belt, she's only a bike away from a triathlon, so that might be in her future. Right, ask me one.
What's your PB, Daddy?
Oh, my PB is 17:53. It's been a while since I got that, not too long. I got that on my 42nd birthday, which was like 3 years ago. Back then, you were only just starting to do parkruns, and on that day, you didn't run it. You actually watched it, and that made it super special for me because you would not have been able to see that run if you'd have been running the parkrun, if you'd have been with, because back then you were slower, so you ran with Granny or Mummy. But that day, you chose not to run it, I forget why. And you actually saw me finish, I bet somewhere in your memory.
No.
But it was important to me to have you witness probably what will be my fastest ever run. It would take a massive concerted effort on my part to get back to that pace. More recent paces, my pace is about 20 minutes or just under if I run at my pace at the moment. I'm pretty sure I can get back to it, but it would require a consistent weekly effort chipping away at my time, similar to what you do with your times at the moment. Okay.
How hard was it?
How hard was it? It was hard, I'm not going to lie. I lined up everything that day. I made sure I ate the night before, I made sure I got an early night. I had someone faster than me to help pace. Halfway round, I started to lose my pacer, and I thought I hadn't got my PB right. I thought I'd slipped too far behind. And on the last couple of bends, I looked down at my watch and went, hold on a minute, it's still on. So I dropped the hammer, similar to what you do, on that last sprint finish at Watermead Parkrun, 17:53. I remember looking at my watch and shouting at the top of my voice. I also remember stumbling out of the finishing funnel and lying on my back for ages because I was so done. But I was so happy. That made my day, that made my birthday. It was just, yeah, amazing. Do you think you will run longer distances when you are older? Would you like to run 10Ks? Would you like to run half marathons? marathons, ultra marathons. Do any of these things sound like they'd interest you?
Probably because I'm your mini-me.
Well, yeah, I've done all of these distances in one form or another. Not necessarily like competitively, but
Yeah.
I like to try to experience as much as I can, right? I don't like to necessarily just be in one lane and only do one thing. I very much like to try as much stuff as I can. And that's kind of what I want for you. If you choose to do something very specific, if you want to stick to your middle distance, you know, your 800, your 1500, your 5K even, if that becomes your speciality, but that won't necessarily stop you from going off and doing other things. Don't let it limit you. Don't ever be limited.
If you do a long run, it actually helps you with your shorter runs.
Yeah, absolutely. Long, slow runs help you with your shorter runs. That's absolutely true. And the more you get into running and the running sciences, and your various coaches are going to tell you along the way how important slow running is.
Yeah. What other hobbies do you have?
Oh, what other hobbies? Well, I've always been into fitness, so I try to do as much fitness related stuff. That's not going to come as any shocker. I do like to just do running for fun, but that's not another hobby. I suppose that's the same hobby. I do like to do hybrid fitness, which is running with exercises, so high rocks, deadly dozen, deckers, that kind of thing. You've come to loads of those with me. I also like to use the running I have to go off and do something called adventure running. I've done a lot of the rat race adventure runs. These are often over 20, 30, 35 miles even, over mountains or rough terrain or really difficult running. And I've always said that running enables you to go and do lots of other fun stuff, right? It's not just running around Parkrun or running around a track. You, with the fitness that you've acquired, can go and do wonderful adventures in places that you can't get cars, places you wouldn't otherwise be able to go. So yeah, it's super important to not just do running in the traditional sense, but use what you then have to go and have adventures. But yeah. So other hobbies, you know, I like movies, I like TV shows, I like non-fitness stuff. I play a little bit of Xbox, as you know. But yeah, yeah, I'm a bit of a nerdy nerd. I like science fiction.
Do you like bicycling?
Bicycling? No, not greatly. My bicycle is rusting over there somewhere with its wheels off and its tyres flat. I do like cycling, but because I do it so infrequently, it makes my bum sore when I do it.
Yeah, same, it does.
But like anything, you get used to it if you do it more.
Yeah.
So. Right. So what does your training week look like?
On Wednesday and Friday, I do some stuff. On Wednesday, I go to track, and then on Friday, I do swimming, and which I've already said, I've already done 8 stages, and I'm in stage 8 now. And on Saturday and Sunday, I do parkruns.
Yep. So you do parkrun 5K on Saturdays, and you do the 2K on Sundays, and then you do a track session on the Wednesdays and swimming on the Friday. Yeah, we have to balance like how much she does and allow her enough rest to recover from each of these days. Yeah.
How long will it be before you can't keep up?
Now this is a guess, isn't it? Because I don't know.
You don't know.
In order for me to keep up with you, I will have to start training
hard
specifically to get faster myself. Right now, I'm kind of maintaining a pace which is still faster than your pace. So I've still got a few minutes on you. If I went my fastest, it would still be quite a bit faster for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But 9-year-old Isabelle and 11-year-old Isabelle are going to be two very different speeds. And the reason why I've said 11 is because that's the age where you can run by yourself at Parkrun. Now, whether you choose to or not, it's whether or not you can outrun me by that point. I don't know yet. so yes, you may very well reach a point where I struggle to hold on. But I promise you this, I will try my very hardest to keep up with you. For as long as I can. because it is by far the best seat in the house to the best show on the earth, and I am not prepared to give it up in a hurry. So Isabelle, you have been sort of synonymously linked to your headphones, right?
Yeah.
So your headphones, I think, got quite a bit of attention in the early few videos that we put out.
Definitely.
One of the first videos we put out with you running a 5K in those headphones has got over 4.5 million views, right?
Yeah.
4.5 million views, and you've lots of people jump on those and be like, oh, they're so cute, oh, she looks amazing, how do they work? So yeah, there's a few questions around your headphones. One, I guess, why do you like running in headphones?
I like running in them because the music actually helps me run.
Yeah, is it the rhythm? Is it like the rhythm?
Yeah.
Or is it like the motivational words of the music? Does it get you like, yeah?
Well, when it comes to like the chorus that I already know, I go like a bit faster. But when it's like the normal bit, I just do my normal pace.
So a lot of people ask, what music do you listen to?
I used to listen to Descendants, and I also used to listen to The Greatest Showman, but now I listen to Katy Perry.
Yeah, there's some bangers on there, ain't there?
Firework, hot and cold. I can name all of them.
Yeah, when you first, I remember when you first had the Descendants music, you used to run around like popping out some dances
Bye-bye.
while you was running. You were like shaking and putting your hands out. Can you hear Daddy when you've got your headphones on? If he's saying things to you, go faster, you're nearly there, well done. Can you hear me? Sometimes, yeah.
Like if the music is like at the chorus, I probably won't hear you.
You have recently started to not wear them on junior parkrun. Why have you started to not wear them?
Because they're actually quite heavy for my head.
Quite heavy. I've noticed that when you go faster, you opt to not have them on. But if the run is longer, like 5K, you choose to have them on. And I think that's a good way of thinking about it. Maybe in the not too distant future, you could try to do your 5K without them, because I can't remember a time.
Or I haven't wear them.
You often don't wear them. You don't wear them at junior, you don't wear them at track. And if we ever went out on the road or anything like that, we wouldn't wear them either because of safety.
How do my headphones work? Do you play them on your phone?
A headphone question straight back. They lined up well. So yeah, I get a lot of questions by other parents saying, how do you work these headphones? Because they see you've got them on. Lots of grown-up headphones work by linking to people's phones. You don't have a phone that you run with, and it certainly doesn't pair up to mine. And I wanted, when I was looking around for those headphones in the first place, I didn't want your headphones to be linked to my phone or mummy's phone. So I found ones that had an SD card slot in, like a micro SD card slot, like you get in cameras and GoPros and all of that. And in the olden days, before Spotify and streaming, that's how people used to listen to music. They used to put music on memory cards. So yeah, the headphones Isabelle has a memory card, allows her complete control. So on things like junior part and when I'm not near her physically, that she can still listen to her music. And when I'm running behind her, I don't have to rely on my phone to be linked to it or anything like that. So yeah, that's the reason why we've not necessarily progressed onto something a little bit more grown up, because her headphones satisfy the requirement right now, don't they? They allow you independence from me. And that's the best thing. Right, so Isabelle, what are your running dreams?
Oh.
Would you ever like to run competitively? Would you ever like, if you flashed forward 10 years, could you see yourself at the Olympics?
Probably.
Would you, if you...
Well, I'll be like 19 then, so that's not that old.
No, and that's a great age to get into competitive running. And obviously there's lots to happen between now and then in terms of training and development and learning this and that. But from a sheer... You've seen the Olympics, you've watched Keely Hodgkinson on TV, you know representing your country is a massive deal. Could you ever imagine yourself in that position? Just
maybe.
As like a dream?
Maybe.
Yeah? Well, it's completely up to you. whether you do that or not, obviously, I'll support you whatever you do. So,
What camera do you record me on?
now,
Usually GoPro.
no, yes and no. So there's three ways I record Isabelle as we do our running.
360.
The first, on her YouTube channel, as Isabelle has said, we use a GoPro on a stick, which just means that I can get the camera close to her feet or above her head or around the side, and it's very maneuverable that way. The second way, on Instagram, if I'm just recording just a general run, I'll take my phone. The Google Pixel 9 has super stabilized footage, and it looks really nice. And I can just cobble it together really quickly and throw it up onto Instagram with some music. And that's what most of people would have seen on Instagram. More recently, I've dusted off my old Insta360 X3, which is a 360 camera, which just has the added benefit that I can control the view after the fact.
How do you motivate me when I am not feeling it?
Ask it again with a smile.
How do you motivate me when I'm not feeling it?
So, a few of the comments on Instagram is from parents that want their kids to do what you do, right? Go to Parkrun and run Parkrun every week, and that's a really good question. And there are Saturdays, even Sundays, where you get up and it's quite clear that you're not in the mood, right?
Yeah.
Everyone can be not in the mood. You can look out the window. It can be rainy. It can be cold.
I like it when it's raining.
But other people don't.
Yeah.
And it could be because you've not had a good night's sleep. You might not have had the right food to eat, or you could be just a little bit off. You can just have an off day. But most weeks we go regardless, don't we?
Yeah.
If all of us as a family, we get in the car and we go.
Yeah.
In those moments, it's important to be nice, but by far the best advice I can give any parent that has someone who is not particularly wanting to go, compliments and bribery. Tell them how good they are, tell them how well they're doing.
Mostly to Charlie.
Well, yeah.
Say he's
little
allowed
brother
a car,
Charlie.
something from Busy Bees.
Yeah,
So
sweets,
Tesco.
chocolate, and literally anything goes at that point. If they're digging their heels in, then you do have to sort of resort to, offering them nice things as a reward for doing some exercise. It's not always easy. Sometimes you just have to sort of crack on with it. And more often than not, the cogs engage before you get to the parkrun and everything is fine. It's just getting out of the door is probably harder than actually doing the parkrun in most instances. What is your favourite conditions to run in? Like the weather, temperature? What do you like to run in? What's your optimum?
I usually like to run in not too hot, because then I won't get a PB. Well, I don't have to get a PB every week, but I don't really like if it's too hot because I get sweaty and I have to have a shower. So I also like raining, because I like to sing in the rain outside, dancing in the rain.
Like splashing in the puddles on rain days, don't you?
Yeah, and when it's like cold, like icy cold, I don't like it either, because I have to wear like gloves. But my go on to running weather is like when it's like not too cold
it's
and not too
warm. It's
warm.
about 10-15 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is your sort of sweet spot, and I think that's about mine as well. Thinking back, there was a day last winter where lots of parkruns had to cancel, like 500 something.
We went to Abbey Park.
We went to Abbey Park, and that was a cold day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was so cold that halfway, even though we had hats and gloves on, you started to struggle, didn't you? Because it was making your hands hurt. It just goes to show that even in those conditions, you get round and get it done, and that's important. When things get hard, get it done anyway. Right, you conquer it, don't you? Beat it.
What types of running have you done?
What types of running? Running comes in all different flavours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From
Vanilla, chocolate.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Think of it like that. Like your running on the track is much different to your running at Parkrun,
Yeah,
right?
it definitely is because the
and that-
length.
Yeah, and that extends further. That extends further. So I do hybrid fitness. The running in that again is very different. I do OCR running over obstacle course racing. Again, very different. Ultramarathon. It's very, very different. Cross country, OCR, hybrid fitness, ultramarathons, marathons, and road running, track running, all different flavours. Yeah, if you think of them as a bag of Skittles, each one of those has a colour, right?
Yummy.
And you approach them differently. And I've done all of those over time, and it's about adjusting and adapting to the one you're doing at the time, tweaking your training leading up to it, preparing ahead of it. So if you're doing an ultramarathon, you make sure you're ready, you've got all your stuff ready, and then going out and just conquering it and just absolutely beasting it. What sort of outfits do you like to run in?
Ooh. When it's cold, I either if I'm being a lunatic like Daddy usually does, if I do, I wear shorts in the cold weather, but I also wear like a jumper, gloves, hat. But if it is like very cold, I'll wear like leggings. And if it's like warm, I'll basically wear what I'm wearing now, a top, but I sometimes wear a vest.
Yeah.
And running shorts.
So you're a bit of what I call an onion. So you start off with lots of layers, and as you get warmer, you shed the layers, don't you? So sometimes you can be like 3 or even 4 layers deep.
Yeah.
But even on cold days, you do warm up. So
because I sometimes go into my crop top.
yeah, so sometimes you'll have a weatherproof on, sometimes you'll have a fleecy thing, and then a t-shirt, then a crop top. So yeah, you end up, and more often than not, you get warm on the first lap of Parkrun and end up having to give it to me or mummy or whoever to hold. But yeah, it's about dressing appropriately, isn't it? Certainly in the cold weather, and just looking after yourself. How do you like to look though? What's like your favourite look? What's your favourite colour to run in?
Purple.
Purple. Well,
I'm wearing purple right
kind
now.
of full purple today, so that lines up.
Why does Daddy sound so worn out in all the videos?
So this is quite a funny one. So I think this one needs a bit of a demonstration. When I'm following Isabelle, Isabelle's about 1 metre ahead of me, and I film most of it, certainly the ones where I sound out of breath, with my Pixel 9, which means as I'm running, it's about here, less than this close to my mouth, right? And that's why you can't hear Isabelle breathing, or anybody else around me. It's amplified by the fact that the Pixel 9 has an extraordinary microphone. So yeah, I'm not as toast as I sound. Set the record straight, guys. It's simply because I've got my phone in my hand as I'm recording those videos. If you look at the videos that I use the GoPro or the 360, it's much less noticeable because it's much further away. So Isabelle, how did you start running in the first place?
So I started running when I was in Mummy's tummy and she ran me around. And then I got pooped out.
Pooped out.
Yeah. And I was in the pushchair, and either you or Mummy pushed me around, usually Broadston.
You were in Mummy's tummy when Mummy started doing parkruns.
Yes.
And she carried you around until she was about 32 weeks. So she was starting to get a proper belly on her. And then when you were born, we would push you in the proper running buggy pushchair, didn't we?
Yeah.
Flash forward, we moved house a few times
Yeah.
and got married. Another parkrun started near this house, and we became regular. Part of it, yeah, regulars. But you was
Tiny.
You was like 5 years old, and you hadn't yet stepped out of the buggy. You started to run little bits, like 200 metres at a time.
But sometimes I had to go on your back.
Sometimes you had piggybacks. Those first few months were kind of difficult because you would sometimes run good, and then sometimes run not so good, and then sometimes you jump in the buggy, out the buggy, on a piggyback, off a piggyback. And before you know it though, you got to the point where you ran a whole one, and since then it's just been
Zoom.
zoom,
Bye
zoom,
bye.
zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah. And you did that for 2 years, but getting faster and faster. You got too fast for Granny, who you started running with, then you ran with Mummy for a bit, got too fast for Mummy, and now
Well,
you run
I'm
with
not
me.
too fast for Mummy yet. I've still got 1
I
second.
think she would say you are.
I've still got 1 second.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how you've got from there to here. Now, obviously, we've introduced the athletics, haven't we? And
Yeah.
so that's now helping to take you to the next level. And
Why do you run directly behind me?
okay, so one of the reoccurring compliments we get from the Instagram crowd is that people like that I'm not a pushy parent. I'm not pushing you, I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not dragging you around. I run behind you. I let you run your own run, right? And that's super important to me because you're learning how to pace yourself, you're learning independence, you're learning how to do it all for yourself. And sometimes you get it wrong, but you're learning from it. Every time you make a mistake or you go too fast at the beginning or go too fast at the end, you've learned from that. And without realizing it, it's all adding up to you being a better runner. And I would hate for people to see me and think, oh, he's a pushy parent. He's a pushy parent. Look what he's doing. He's making I do that. But I'm not. I don't make you go.
I want to do it.
You want to do it. And that's lovely to hear from my perspective that you want to do it. It also means that I can keep an eye on you. It also means that at Parkrun, when it gets a bit busy, I can sort of protect you a little bit so people don't run right up behind you.
Because once I tripped over and Mummy had to shield around me because she tripped over my heel.
And it also means that I'm not pressuring you to go faster. If you go faster, it's because you've got
want
faster.
to.
And you want to, yeah,
My
absolutely.
music.
And yeah, nothing makes me happier than seeing you burn off and the last sort of 200 metres, you know, just absolutely sending
And
it
I
full.
overtake quite a lot of people.
You do. Do you get recognised now when you go to Parkrun?
Last week we went to, what was that place, like Play-Doh or something? We
went to Perry Bar.
Yeah, oh, that's what's good.
Got
Yeah,
recognised four times at that one. You get recognised quite a lot, don't you?
quite a lot.
Yeah, especially at our own Parkrun.
Because of my headphones.
Yeah, if you've got your headphones on, I think you're much more recognisable because people watch your Instagram and see that you've got the headphones on. So if they see a little blonde girl wandering around their Parkrun with a set of kitty cat headphones on, that's quite possibly
And
going
they're
to be
fast.
you. What does it make you happy when people recognise you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just makes you feel a bit
They
special,
know you.
doesn't it?
How do you encourage me?
How do I encourage you? Saying lots of nice things is important. I think making a massive deal if you do well, like if you go for a PB or you get close to a PB, making like a massive deal out of that is super important.
Yeah.
But never being negative as well, right? So say if you have a really bad day, I will still find positives in that bad day and I will tell you the positives. I'll be like, oh, that was a really good first mile, or oh, you were very mature, or you controlled your emotions well. I won't necessarily focus on the time on those days. I'll find other reasons to be positive. So the theory is that if I'm always positive, you will always enjoy going. If I was like, oh, you're rubbish, you're too slow, you'd soon get, you'd soon get fed up of me saying that, and you'd soon get fed up of going. So in the first instance, remain positive all the time, no matter what. It's so important for kids to have that positivity around them. The rest of it just falls into place. If I like to support her on the run, like the actual run itself, I find just blurting out, "You're awesome, you're doing fantastic, this is a great time.
Go on, Isabelle.
Go on, Isabelle, go, 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 drop the hammer, punch it, kid." I've got loads of things
And
that
I sometimes say, no, Daddy, no.
but that's not like being a pushy parent, that's just laying down
It's
thick
just,
encouragement. What do you like about running with Daddy? In your own time. Come on.
Well, because you're just very supportive.
Very supportive, yeah?
And
Do you
I
just-
just love you.
You just love me and you like having me there, yeah?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I love running.
It's a
With
nice
you.
thing to share, isn't it? We share something. Not all parents and kids will share something that they're both passionate about and they both love doing. And it's super nice to be on a journey together, don't you think?
What do mornings look like to you on a Saturday and Sunday?
Chaos. You know, you're always there. So Saturdays and Sundays, we have to be at our parkruns for 9 a.m, right? Which means nobody gets a lie-in in our house on the weekend.
Me?
It means we have to get these kids up by about 7 and downstairs. That doesn't always happen, does it? We don't always get you
I
down.
usually wake up
Sometimes
at like 8.
7:30, 8 o'clock sometimes. And it's about trying to get some breakfast in them. Sometimes they're messing
No.
about
No,
and
thank you.
Charlie, and sometimes it's about getting a drink into them.
Watching our tablets.
Yeah, they're watching TV or watching their tablets, and then it's about they've got to get dressed. You've got to get your running kit on, find your socks, find your shoes, find your running kit, and then the grown-ups have to. And then we've got mummy, daddy, granny, and we have to walk the dog while simultaneously sorting Charlie and Isabelle out. And we all have to sort of be bundled in the car by 8:20, 8:30 at the latest to drive to our park run. By which point, when we're out the door, it's fine. You know, once we can chill a little bit. But it is crazy chaos, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody who's got like young kids and does park run themselves will understand that Saturdays and Sundays are not the least stressful type of the day, is it? That we like it after park run. It starts to calm down a little bit. What would you say to younger kids to get them running?
I would say it's actually quite fun to run because sometimes at the end they have sweeties and chocolates.
Yeah, sometimes they do, but not always.
Sometimes, but it's also quite good for your health.
Yep.
Why do some children cry at Parkrun?
Yeah, so Isabelle, in the early days,
It's hard.
would cry at the end of parkrun, and I suspect if you had a really hard run, you might still do it today. You don't do it anymore, but you used to do it most weeks.
Yeah.
And as a grown-up, running with a child who then cries at the end, it's mortifying because you can't help be paranoid that everybody else thinks you're a pushy parent making you do these runs. That's
Just hard.
But as time's
Just
gone on, and as I've been able to observe hundreds of parkruns with thousands of children, it's quite clear that kids cry
I don't cry now because when I got my PB, I didn't cry.
Yeah,
I just
and this
stand up.
isn't because they're hurt or broken or injured
They
or
just did a good run.
more often than not it's because they've ran to the best of their ability, and kids just can't handle their emotions. They've not become emotionally mature yet. So most grown-ups, deep down, if they've given everything, would enjoy a good cry at the end of parkrun. But they've
Crying actually makes you feel good.
yeah, and it's often it's very short, isn't it? It's only
Yeah.
for like 30 seconds and you're okay again once you've caught your breath and you've stood up and you're fine again.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, and like you say, like I've said, you don't do it anymore because you have got used to running, you've got fitter, and as you've grown up, you've become more emotionally mature, and you know how to sort of control it a little bit better. When you run at parkruns, you are surrounded by lots of grown-ups, like lots of big people. Does it ever get intimidating or scary?
Well, at the start it does, because usually like at the end or like in the middle of it, everyone spreads out.
Yeah.
It's just your own space. Some people's arms are as high as me.
Yeah, I think it happens more at the start, doesn't it? Where it's just dead busy,
Yeah.
and everyone's in a frantic. Everyone wants to get off well, and because you're so tiny, you're just not in anyone's eye line. You can see everybody, but not everyone can see you.
You're a giant!
And that's part of the reason why I run behind you, to sort of protect you in those.
But sometimes you lose me.
Sometimes, well, you being tiny
Actually
means
helps me.
You can get through the gaps, and I can't. So I you know,
You have to jump over people.
I am rule bound to stay close to you, and sometimes I get literally stonewalled from getting to you by like 3 or 4 big guys.
What type of shoes does I wear?
Yeah, this one.
Purple shoes.
This one, purple shoes. This one comes up quite a lot, doesn't it? In the comments, basically people with kids around your age or a little bit younger say, "Oh, I'm struggling for shoes." We've tried a few shoes over time, but the ones that seem to have done the best are the Saucony or the Saucony, however they're pronounced, Kinvaros or Kinvaras.
They're just really good, and they're quite
well,
old, but they work.
I mean, yours are almost threadbare at the minute, but you're still wearing
They're amazing.
them. Yeah, well, we'll get you some new ones soon, but the Kinvaras, I think they're the Saucony Kinvaras. They make Isabelle fast. Isabelle Sparkle approved. Saucony, if you want to get in touch, get Isabelle some shoes.
Get me some shoes. Yay!
So, you don't just inspire kids.
Oh my God,
Thousands upon thousands of grown-ups have commented on your multiple videos saying how inspiring you are, right?
Yeah.
Whether you think it or not, you are inspiring other people to run or to run better. How does that make you feel, and what do you have to say to those guys?
It makes me actually feel quite proud, and I would say a big thank you to those people, and always to keep going, and just remember to sparkle.
Right, I think that's enough of the questions. We just need to wrap it up with a... I'll come back over there.
Baby!
Hey, not that one. Right, let's stop. So, hopefully that has given you a little bit of an insight into... Right, let's start that again. No putting faces.
I didn't put faces.
Did you not?
I was itching my mouth.
You want a blooper? I'll give you a bloody blooper. Right, we're going to do that again now. Right, take 2. Right, okay, so hopefully that has given you an insight into Isabelle Sparkle and her running. Hopefully it's answered lots of the questions you've got out there in Instagram land or YouTube land. If you have any more questions, drop them down in the comments.
You got some shout outs.
Shout outs. Get the shout out list.
So first we got Kiala, and next we've got Ruby, and last we got Michael.
Right, so some shout outs to those 3, Kiala, Ruby and Michael. Thank you. Thank you very much. To everybody who has subscribed to the Isabelle Sparkle YouTube page, and those that have recently followed us on Instagram to see all of Isabelle's fantastic running, we thank you for doing that, because yeah, we wouldn't be recording these videos and reaching out and just inspiring people in our own little way if it weren't for all you people paying attention. So, right, Isabelle, have you enjoyed that?
Yes.
That was something a bit different. We're not anywhere near as out of breath as we usually are. Right, what have you got to say? You have to crouch down a bit, kid.
Thank you for watching the Isabelle Sparkle channel. Remember to like and subscribe, and remember to sparkle.